what's up everybody, this is Angry Hippie Lady, and, well, my audio, didn't get recorded properly. It's part of having new equipment. But, I decided to do something super simple and easy. It has, like, everything already in the box. The only thing I had to add was an egg and butter for the cookie itself, and then for the icing it's a simple confectionery sugar icing. It has 4 tablespoons of butter and then like a cup of confectionery sugar for each color. But these are ugly sweater sugar cookies. It was something that I just happened to find while walking through Aldi's, and I was like, sure, why not? And because I had just gotten a new camera, I wanted to test it out and kind of test out some different things with it. And this was one of those videos where I was just testing. And I don't even know still if this is going to make it to YouTube, because it's kind of dumb. It's not like baking from scratch or anything. It's a little bit different, but I had to cut out a whole lot because this was one of those that I just set the camera up and started doing stuff. And I'm not too happy with the camera angles or anything like that, or of all the extra stuff I had to cut out. I whittled it down from an hour to whatever it's gonna be. But yeah, so sugar cookies are quite simple. It's usually just flour, sugar, and depending on how you like your cookies, a couple other things. You might have a little bit of salt. Oh, what else? I can't think right now. It's too early. I haven't had coffee yet. But thankfully all that came in this little package, so I didn't even have to think about that. It super simple, and I messed up. I tried to open the package and it got all over me, all over the oven, and it was a sad day. But they still came out good. I ended up with 4 good sweaters and then 1 like half sleeve sweater. Probably because I spilled some on the ground, but that's neither here nor there. That is in the past. So a big problem I had was because some of the flour got spilt on the ground. I wasn't quite sure how much I needed to add, and it came out a little bit. It wasn't a complete dough. As you can see, it's kind of clumpy. So it obviously didn't have enough flour. I added a little bit while I was kneading it and everything. But it turned out alright in the end. You know, they tasted good, and that's the biggest thing for me. But yeah, so the kit came with a cookie cutter, an ugly sweater, or a sweater cookie cutter. The icing was ugly. They were ugly because I'm not a baker. But anyway, the first time I went to make the sweater, I made it quite thick. And I realized that if I did it that thick, I would only have like 2. And supposedly this kit was supposed to make 6 to 8 or something like that. And I, even after going back and reforming it and everything, it still came out to 5. Kind of. Like 4 and I don't know, 9/10 or something like that. Part of baking is just finding what works for you. So you're gonna make mistakes like I did multiple times in this video. Thank goodness it was all from a box, because if this was from scratch, I would have been so stressed out. But anyway, So I ended up getting a new camera angle, and I cut one cookie out. I kind of like I was doing a continuous recording. I've cut that out. Um, because it was all a bunch of the but you can make your cookies as thick as you want. I prefer a thicker cookie instead of a thinner one. I'm just not a huge fan of the thin, like super crunchy cookies. I like a little tiny bit of gooiness, and while this wasn't gooey per se in the middle, I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. It was a nice soft cookie. It wasn't hard. But if you prefer a harder cookie, then by all means, cut your cookies thinner. That's just you, man. It's not my problem. It's not my problem that you're wrong. So I put the cookies in the oven, because I just cut out I had that all recorded, that every cookie I cut out. If I remember correctly, it was like 350 degrees or so. I don't think it was any more. It might have been, but I don't think it was. And we put it in there for 11 minutes because why not? Can't do 10. That's too little. Can't do 12. That's too much. So I made the icing. It was very simple. It came with red packet and then some butter and confectionery sugar, like I said before. I had red and green, since this is supposed to be a Christmas thing and not a 2-3 weeks after Christmas thing. But hey, I don't care. I like cookies and I like icing. I didn't have to. By the way, that is in a different bowl. That is not in the same bowl. I promise. I had the smaller version of that mixing bowl behind that one. It's all good. I did not mix red and green together. But yeah, so that was a super simple thing. So I'm just gonna scooch on along. I don't like this whole audio after the fact kind of thing. Alright, well, this is the end of it. So basically, cookies came out. I had a video of me just putting on all the icing. I ended up cutting that out because the angle was terrible and there was really no point to it. It was kind of boring. That's probably why I feel so tired. But yeah, so the icing, that's what it looks like after I stirred it and everything. You can see a little bit of clumpiness in the green one, but whatever, I didn't care. It still tasted good. It may not have looked good, but it tasted good. And the cookies, they may not have looked good, but they tasted good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.